Mr. TK Kirkland, welcome back to Comedy Hype.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's good to be back, my man. Thanks for having me as always.
It's always a pleasure because I think that we've had like different moments. I remember meeting you at the lobby of one of their hotels to try to get an interview done, and now we were able to kind of like be a part of the growth.
Right.
You know, when we first started, didn't have a space. You showed love then,
Sir.
and then we got the new space. Then that has grown. So it's always great to have these milestone conversations.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love it.
Man, just seeing your body of work in terms of the relevancy. I think sometimes like people don't understand how hard that is to pull off, to stay relevant, to stay in conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, was there any times that you had to kind of reflect on how do I play this game now that I've gotten older? How do I stay fresh? Like any conversations to be?
That is interesting. It's been a great 37 years, and to be in conversation for 30-something years is amazing. It really is. And I just keep my ear to the street. I've always known that the things I talk about is on point. It's always been on point. And that's the difference in when I post my stuff on social media. There's a lot of comedians in the world, but nobody talks what I'm saying. And that's the difference, because I just see the world totally different, and my responses, my answers are just different. And I just want to give people another way to think, from marriage to health to how to move through life, because as I can see that from controversial sometimes and people not understanding, it lets me know that people just never had another way to think, that there was nobody out there that could give them the game the way I've given the game.
Right, and I think that's what the internet has helped a lot of people somewhat find their tribe, find people that want to get that game.
Yes.
And I definitely think that's how you were able to, because I remember hearing TK all the time. TK Kirkland. It was like this underground king of comedy kind of vibe.
Right.
And now I think you're at the forefront where you getting more views than, those heavy hitter names that we...
Oh, yeah, for sure. Deion Cole said it best. We're doing something together. And he was like, yo, you the hottest thing out there right now. It ain't nobody talk about TK Kirkland the way they talking about you. And that's a good thing. And like I said, if you go on my social media, you see old clips and you see news. But a lot of people never seen the old stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they see it and they like, wow. And some of these things I was saying 3-4 years ago, but they never saw it. And everything I talk about pretty much is on point to the way people think. But you have to be grown or mature to understand what I'm talking about.
Now, one thing is about being relevant these days with social media, there's like this clout chasing takes place.
Yeah.
Why do you think that impacts us so much?
Clout chasing now is social media is the new form of crack. People want to get on so bad that they'll do videos, they'll put out lies. Some people lie and say they was at an event and wasn't there. Let's take Steve Harvey, for instance. Someone said that his wife cheated on him with not just the cook, but the bodyguard. And it was all fake. So the internet has become the new hustle. Comedians want to get on or attach themselves to certain topics so they can seem relevant, or say something negative, so all of a sudden a lot of people are going to follow them. You got some people who'll do it and make money off it. Like I got a fake TK account.
Yeah. You ever met this person?
No, I don't know who it is.
What do you take of it?
Yo.
Because they be in our comments. There's so much that we could touch on right there. But this fake TK account, what's the backstory?
I have no idea. There's somebody who...
Have you laughed at this stuff?
I never read it.
Really?
Never read it, but I hear that he's everywhere.
And I'll give him, he's pretty funny.
Okay, he's pretty funny?
Because it's like, it's your demeanor in terms of like, at first I feel like it was definitely like your voice in terms of some of the wild stories that people don't think are true that you've said. But then he would come at it with his level of, oh, I was there. Because TK, they don't know how you've been around for a long time.
Right.
And then now I feel like he's just cracking jokes and just using this.
It's hilarious. And I had another guy from Africa started when he act, but he was polite. He said, yo, can I start a TK Kirkland troll account like the other fake TK? Because I'm a fan. This is what he said to me. I said, hell fucking no.
Why no?
Because I didn't want someone to keep putting stuff out there because people don't read the small stuff and see it's a troll account.
Parody account.
They think that it's really me.
So have people called you about the TK account?
But one time I had it was a street situation, and these dudes thought I was putting their set down.
Yeah.
And I said, dog, I don't do that stuff. It wasn't me. And after I talked to everybody, they said, oh, I believe them. I said, yeah, I got a document on different shows that I don't be doing that stuff. Like,
it's interesting too because, you know, this guy you say you didn't want to do it. Clearly, the fake TK YouTube account is active. Does the business side of you like, okay, maybe it's cool for publicity. He keeps your name out there.
I think about the first guy, and it's cool because I said, damn, one day I might be dead and gone, and this dude, I'm dead, but he'll be the living TK. I think that's kind of funny, you know. But no, it's not something that
you never thought about. And because I guess, like, I would hate for us to be like, yo, put an end to this guy. Because I think he's been doing it for so long, he's very consistent. It's kind of like admirable because he's kind of like dedicated himself to this.
I was doing an interview with Godfrey on his show, and he was in the comments. And I'm doing an interview like you interviewing me, and he was in the comments. Hilarious.
He's gonna pop up in this comment.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
What would you tell him?
My man, I'm confused. Like, do you really have that much time on your hands to be me? Clearly. Like, I'm busy. I ain't got time. I do my little posting and I'm gone.
And I think when we've had like our own things happening on our platform, whether it be like little back and forths, he would jump in there. And I think some people on my team was like, yo, did you see TK's response? And I'm like, nah, that's not the real TK. Right. You think the real TK is just sitting at home?
I was doing an interview. One of the women wouldn't speak to me.
Wow.
And when I found out, she said, I don't like him because we was arguing back and forth. And then they told, no, that's not TK. That's not TK. And she apologized, but it was weird. And there's a lot of people out there that might get offended. I'm letting you know, it's not me.
Now, as far as, let's see, you mentioned Steve Harvey.
Yes.
And the divorce rumors.
Yes, rumors.
The conversation went that Steve Harvey was getting a divorce from his wife, Marjorie Harvey. She was getting a $200 million settlement. I even saw one talk about how much she was getting.
Right.
And she was sleeping with the bodyguard.
Mm-hmm. And the chef.
And the chef.
Right.
Your reaction when you first heard that?
At first I was like, wow. And then when I took the emotion out to actually see, because most people read to reply, they don't listen to they don't read to comprehend. So after I took it out, I said, oh, they just made her to be just a hoe. She kicking with both of them up in the camp. So once I read that Steve Harvey got in on one of his friends and said, no, that's not true.
Right.
And I said, wow, it's interesting how this clout chasing and people want to be famous and do anything to want to be famous. I'm here to tell any comic, don't try to piggyback off another comic. You got to work hard, because at the end of the day, you still got to be funny.
You still got to deliver.
You still got, same thing. We talking about the same thing. You still got to deliver. You still got to be funny. Like, you can do all the gimmicks, all you want. You can say, you still got to be funny.
Now, with the Steve situation, it also seemed as if people were kind of waiting for that not to work out.
You saw that, right? Because people were happy. Like, they was going in on Steve. F you, and blah, blah, that's what you get. And respect for your elders and respect for people is at an all-time high, disrespectful, all time. Because I saw some of them comments. They was going in on Steve.
Why is Steve a punching bag?
I don't know.
Is it success?
I have nothing against him. I just think, I can't say jealousy, because it wasn't comedians, it was just really regular people. You know what I mean? Don't know, my man.
Because it seemed like, and I'll try to like throw my perspective on it. It seems that because Steve has preached,
Yes.
kind of like anytime you put yourself in like the perfect, like I'm the perfect representation, be like me.
Right.
It puts a pressure on the receiver of like, oh, maybe my stuff is not all together.
Right.
So maybe when I can poke a hole at you, it somewhat makes me feel a little bit normal. Like, okay, you're not Superman. You're not in your marriage. Do you think if Steve was to get an actual divorce, would it take away his books and stuff of being this relationship guy?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because they look at him as he knows what he's talking about, and I think it would hurt him. Yep, I really do. And I think Steve is smooth, so I think that he'll hold on to the young lady. I don't know why she want to venture out now, you know?
Yeah,
You know?
and I've seen that
There's some
too.
people that have respect if it's still there. When you marry someone and that person breaks up, and you know, like, there's some people who would do it. I wouldn't do it. Like if she broke up with Steve and other people like, yeah, let's get together, go out. People do that all the time. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, my perspective was I don't know what she, and not to say that we know the ins and outs of the relationship, but it kind of feels like at that age, you know, we rocking, things is moving. Why would we? What would we do to top this a little bit?
Right. Everybody's different. I respect people in relationships. I'm one that it's hard to put my life in someone else's hands. That's just me. And I'm gonna leave it like that.
Yeah. Speaking of relationships, we had this whole thing with KeKe Palmer.
Right.
And her ex. Or they might even be together is a thing. We don't know. Again, social media would drum up the narrative of like that they were at odds, and then she would pop up with her 30th birthday and he was right there with her.
Okay.
So again, you kind of see how things can kind of take its own narrative. But going into that, you know, the gentleman was trying to, I guess, create some type of boundaries that he wanted in his relationship. Why do you think he got the backlash?
Because the young generation doesn't know about morals and respect. There's some women that think they should be able to dress the way they want to dress, and I think that's cool if you're in the right environment. But if you're in the wrong environment and you wear something that's disrespectful, well, you're gonna get disrespected. And if you got a man who's standing up for you, you can get him killed or hurt. Because obviously a man wants to defend you if he got on a date with you, right? It's part of the game. But if you got on, if your breast is out, your butt is showing, how can someone respect you? So if someone says something to you, you can't look at a guy and go, oh, you should be more respectful. You got your ass out. What you want me to do?
How much do you think is determined by KeKe's success and her stature compared to the young man that we relatively don't know on that type?
She's successful because she got it on everybody, but a lot of women go out dressed like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I see a lot of women hardly nothing.
I mean, but does he have the right? I think that's what the conversation was, right? He tried to flex his man thing.
He should have did it on social media.
I agree.
And two, when a woman gets with a man, there's certain things you understand as a man, right? And women are not going to do certain things because if she respects her man. A woman will say, oh, that motherfucker killed me. I'm not doing that. They know. You know, and I don't mean literally kill, so somebody take this and switch it up, but out of respect. And like I said, it's a new world out here. I've learned so much in the last month about social media in the world. People are doing what they want to do. You can't say nothing to them, from LGBTQ to women dressing. The rules of my age and how we have respect and loyalty, and you respect your elders and women dress a certain way, that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So throw that shit out the window.
Could you date a woman that had more money than you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of women I date now got more money than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you kind of how do you find your value in that? Because I think a lot of men equate their value to their finances.
I don't even think like that. I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. I like for somebody to be able to pay for something every now and then. Shit, help yourself. But I'm a cheap date though. I don't really. You know, if a woman take her out to eat, I'm not gonna go get steaks and lobster and all that. You know, give me a slice of pizza, give me a nice cooked burger from a restaurant, not McDonald's or something like that. I try to keep my bill about $50, $75 when I go on a date, if someone's taking me out.
Okay. Now, one thing is the scenario was that she went to a Usher concert.
Yes.
She had her bottom was somewhat revealed through through a dress. Now, some people took it as like women empowerment. She just had a baby. She wanted to feel sexy, wanted to get out there. And of course, she's in the entertainment aspect. Now, TK, your lady goes out, you know, and you on IG or Twitter, and your famous lady pops up. What's your reaction? How should he have handled that, being an OG and someone to teach to the young man?
She would have never went, being an OG, she would have never went out there with that outfit on, being an OG.
It's automatically it would have been established.
Automatically should have done. Don't get me wrong, still look sexy, but I don't want nobody seeing your ass. Not like that. Yeah. And there's some women who just like that all the time. I won't date. I've actually met women that date just like that. I never went out with them because that's not something that I wanted in my life. And when I meet women, I always say to myself, can I bring you around my daughters? Can I bring you around my sons? How would they respect you or look at me? So that's how I move.
Yeah. So in the theme of a woman somewhat of having more than a man that she's dealing with, married to, dating, XYZ. Have you seen what's going on with Halle Berry?
Yeah, but she got to pay the child support.
She got to pay the child support. Where do we stand with that?
Well, that's the law. It's not about
because some people said it's weak though.
From a man's perspective, yes, it's weak.
Yeah.
But it's the law. See, everything changes when you.
Can you deny child support though? Like, hey, I don't.
I think you can, but it was a come up for him. He's probably getting a nice little check. They've been through so much arguing. Though. Yeah, they've been through so much bickering and arguing. Like, oh, I bet you're gonna pay me now because I need some money for this.
Why do you, from your perspective, why do you think that is weak? A weak gesture for a man to receive child support?
Because it's old school. That's not the way we're supposed to move, right? But everything has changed in your age group, and now the world the rules don't apply. I have this thing I talk about. Dinosaurs. That's why older people have to die, to give room to a new way of thinking. See, that's why we have to go, because the way we think is old. It doesn't apply anymore. And this is the reason why I have the problems that I have. And what's insane is one day your generation will be 60-something years old. And the kids coming up are gonna be wilder than that generation. And you guys will say the same thing that I'm saying today.
Now, for the record, she has to pay him $8,000 a month.
Who does?
Halle Berry.
Oh yeah, and that's not a lot of money. That's a drop in the bucket for her.
Yeah, I think it's still the principle. Because off $8,000, you could
take $8,000.
You could get you a nice little condo.
Yeah.
And that's some grocery money.
Yeah, that's a nice little car note. Mm-hmm.
Taken care of. Now, what was your reaction to seeing it? Have you heard of stories before about women paying child support?
Yeah. Mary J. Blige pays child support to her husband. Sure does. I saw that coming though. When they first got together, he just seemed like that type of dude. But it's hundreds of thousands and men pay child support. Hundreds.
Yeah.
And like I said, people think it's a game until they wind up in court. And then you see. That's a different ball game, boy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about marriage too. You know, marriage is for a lot of people a big commitment, but it's also, I've always heard, it's a business agreement. It's the way I've been told.
Yeah, marriage. How can I put? If you really want to be with one woman and love her, that's fine. I think it's good. That's what people want to do. I just think that when you have that, and that woman has complete control of your life, you end up being miserable if she goes a separate way.
You afraid of marriage?
I'm not afraid of it.
Okay.
I just don't want to be married. Nah, I don't want to be married. I don't want to see nobody every fucking day. Okay. I don't want to hear you fart. I don't want to hear you snoring all the time. When you're mad, I want to be able to talk to you for a minute to hang up the phone because you're at your spot.
Yeah.
And I'm at my spot.
Is there misconceptions when you tell women that you don't want to be married?
No. Pretty much everyone understand. And then some been married before and they truly understand. Like, oh no, I don't blame you. I'll never want to do that shit again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know.
Like from a lens of like, people think that you've been hurt at all?
Say it again.
Have people thought you've been hurt is why you don't?
Yeah, some women's like, oh, who hurt you? And I wanted to tell all the women, I'm not hurt. I just see the world different than you. That's it. Nobody hurt. My heart got broken. Nah, I see the world different than you.
Kind of talking about marriage, something that I don't think we never thought we would see, which is Michael Jordan's son possibly marrying.
That's interesting.
Scottie Pippen's son. Can we open and dissect that?
It's wrong on so many levels.
Who's wrong?
On Michael Jordan's son.
You think Jordan's son was wrong?
Yeah, he's wrong. One, Mike can't tell what to do because his son is grown.
Yep. He doesn't approve it too.
Yeah, he doesn't approve. I saw the video. To the young men in the world, it's bad to mess with one of your homies' ex-girlfriend or your cousin, or even you mess with your dad's ex-friend, which is Scottie Pippen. There's so much other women out here to mess with that you can mess with them instead of rocking that boat. Especially when you see how she has been going around from this person, this person, this person. The world interested is very interesting to people.
I think it's yeah, but you don't put any kind of at least look at her funny too, in the light,
Yeah, he don't see it coming. I'm not saying I don't think she's getting any money out of it because he don't really have a lot of money.
Is she? Yeah.
But she balling.
Well, I was gonna say, how much is clout related to that situation?
Absolutely.
Maybe you think because it got us talking.
Yeah.
And what I noticed about Hollywood, it seems like you have to kind of keep the conversation going.
If people love it, if people are not getting any comedy hype, people probably don't feel they're in the mix, and you got to come up with things. Trust me, I've experienced it. These people will do anything.
Now, if this was your son, would you feel what Jordan's feeling? Which I don't
I'm
approve?
telling my son not to date her, out of respect for Scottie. I've dated a famous woman one time, and out of respect, my mom told me to leave her alone because she was married. I was dating her while she was married. And my mom stopped. I was in the early 90s. So, yeah, I had to leave that alone.
One thing about social media keeps things and people in conversation. I have to mention this, but this Charleston White situation
Yeah, Charleston White, love this guy.
Yeah.
I asked Charleston White to be on the tour, and I really enjoyed it.
What do you like about him? Because I think we can relate.
Yeah, I loved his honesty. I loved that he was a little offbeat, right? And he was like a little friend that I had, because he had the entourage, the bodyguards. So when we go on tour, it'd just be me. I'll be rolling solo.
Right.
And he'll come in with his team. In my head, I'd be cracking up because I really enjoyed him doing that. The mistake that I made, I didn't see it coming, was he didn't understand corporate America. Corporate America, if anybody knows corporate America, once a couple things go wrong, everything goes wrong. And we didn't get our checks till weeks later. I don't even know he still got his check, because once he...
And then what's the backstory? Because I didn't...
No, let me finish. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Once he didn't get his check, he threw me kind of under the bus. Not literally, but we live in a world of incompetent people. So they was like, oh, TK paid Charleston's his money. So I was on Live Nation's head almost every other day. But you got to do things respectful now. You can't... They ain't street shit. You gotta respect what they doing. Oh, they'll take it too long. No. Anybody that knows corporate America knows
that money moves
how
slow.
Long, exactly, that money
net
moves
60,
slow.
Net
Yes,
30.
It takes a minute. So he went off, and then once he went off on me, the fans jumped in. Not much, just a couple. Most of my fans are older. I just got my salary, believe it or not, the other day, and I had a discussion about Mr. White. And I said, please make sure he gets his money. And they said that he was. And I said, please send me a screenshot of once all his checks are cashed, because I wanted to have that on point. And Mr. Charleston White, I was gonna say, if you ever watched this, I'm sorry, player. I'm sorry that you thought I had something to do with it. And to the fans, because I worked 37 years to build my name as an independent. I get with Live Nation in 1 month because they not write the check. I got just a few people, very small. I'll talk about TK, pay the man, but I had nothing to do with it. It was corporate America. I got mine a month later, and I'm quite sure they're gonna send Charleston's in the mail, and that's it. That's all you can do, because there's so many comedians who want to work with me. Like, oh my God, my DM's like, yo, take me on the road, fuck that. I want to work with you, because they've been in the business a long time. That situation just made me really go back in my shell and do this on my own, but let Live Nation take over a lot. And it's a great deal. Like, you know, it's 7 years. It was supposed to be 50 shows next year, but I spread it out. So now it's 35 cities every year for the next 7. So that puts me at 70 years old. So at 70, I'll be done with this. And to the world, I'm 63 years old, if you haven't figured this out.
So you said done with this, not done with stand-up, right?
I'll probably done with stand-up.
Wow.
Yeah. I got grandbabies now. I got my share.
I've heard that comedians don't really retire, though.
I've gotten more famous and more popular as the years go by. So everything's on schedule to blow up, but I just want to be the different guy who did it differently and had a good time, and that's all I can do.
Yeah. Now, one thing about, let's say, a different guy in the game and someone that has also have longevity is Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I've known Jamie for a long time. Me and Jamie Foxx did the Oakland Bay Area competition the day he got discovered from getting ready to do his TV show, and I destroyed that night, but I went over my time. And not caring, I remember coming on stage and talking to Jamie. I said, "You cannot bother me." And he does an interview about it. If you ever get a chance, Google Jamie Foxx and TK Kirkland. You'll see the interview. He says, "No, TK Kirkland is one of the greatest comedians that ever touched the mic, because I can go up in a dance club and shut it down. A lot of people can't do that." That was a good look.
Now, I brought him up because clearly he had this health scare.
Yes.
Did you know what was going on?
No, they kept me in the dark as well. And talk about health, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go for your walks, make sure you eat right. You can't be putting a lot of alcohol in your body, because eventually it's gonna come back and bite you in the butt or the ass or whatever. But you gotta stay healthy. It's so important.
Yeah. When you heard, did you kind of speculate? Because now I think we're still trying to figure out exactly what it was. But a lot of people are speculating dealt with like his heart, a stroke.
Yeah, I think he had a stroke. You know, a lot of guys I know, shout out to Ray DeJean, and he had a stroke recently, but he's better. That's why I go to the doctor. I get my life screening. You get a chance, Google Lifeline screening, matter of fact. It's on a whole nother level of medication.
So you know what's the one thing about it that I think the public got to see is how the industry can work too.
Yes.
Because, you know, Jamie ended up going to the hospital while he was on set.
Yes.
And the movies decided we need to finish this out.
Right.
With or without you.
When you're black, you ain't calling the shots, they not waiting. I mean, ask the guy that worked for Donald Trump, right? Who did all that stuff with Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't sent him an attorney, ain't sent him a check to help him out. My man is stuck in there because he cannot afford an attorney. And what Donald Trump needs to be worried about is this guy flipping on him. Because if you don't get him out, he's gonna say, "Hey, let me make a deal."
Well, he just got out like a day ago.
Oh, he did get out.
He's out.
Oh, cool. And
he made bond.
How did he get out? What happened?
He made bond.
He made bond?
Yep.
Still no attorney though.
I don't know that part.
Okay. Yeah, he probably didn't have an attorney.
So with that being said, with Jamie, the big thing was like people were speaking out about like, damn, how could y'all keep going and you lead your main actor?
They're not understanding Hollywood again. They got to run a business. There's no hard feelings. They're not going to stop their production unless you're the star. Now, if that had been a
like a Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe.
Yeah, one of them niggas. They ain't work because the show can't move out without the star. Jamie wasn't a star in this movie. He's a star to us, but he wasn't a movie. He wasn't a true star in that film for them to find somebody else.
Got you. And the thing about that is that we did a cover or did a story on Red Fox and how Red Fox was treated in the industry. Again, someone that's our star. Mm-hmm. that wasn't treated like a star
Right.
in the industry. Any reason why you never did you fully submit to trying to be in the Hollywood circle? And
No, I never went on auditions. I never really wanted to do movies. I took comedy and used it as a business, and comedy is my side hustle. So I'm funny, but that got me into certain doors to do other things, like the Snapchat deal that I'm doing, the blacktop street ball that we reinvented, 1 and 3 or 3-on-1 basketball. So we reinvented that, and me, Mark Bullock, and my man Vic. So we all from Jersey, and was kicking this off on September 30th in New York City for 24 hours. And in 24 hours, we're gonna have people playing different backyards, different courts for 24 hours. And then the winners go down to Manhattan and Times Square, and we shut down Times Square for the game. They predicted like 1.4 or something million. Adidas is behind it, iHeart. So we'll be announcing this next week. So keep your ears out for it, and I'll be right dead in the center.
Now, a couple of things. There's a lot has happened since we last talked, and particularly even this year. One thing that took place was, I want to talk about, let's see, the Titanic situation. With the submarine.
Implosion.
What was your thoughts on that whole
White
thing?
people always going somewhere they ain't supposed to go. That's what I said. Like, man, I hate that happened to them. That was sad.
That's got to be a sad way to go.
I mean, they didn't feel it. It happened so fast. And it was down so far that the people couldn't go get them. That's far. Because they wasn't even there yet, and they was already down there an hour and 20-something minutes.
Right. Did you kind of know, okay, they
I was
not
hoping for a
probably
miracle
coming
because I
back?
didn't know too much about it. Then I read up on it, and I saw a lot of things. It's a bad situation.
What drives people, you think, when it comes to having so much money? Because, you're in a position where you're seeing money. You've probably always seen money. Mm-hmm. But now let's say you're getting into more money. Does money do something?
To some people who've never had it, I've been getting it. So I respect it. So I use my money when I need to, but other than that, I'm not gonna buy the Rolls Royces and all that, even though I can. I was just telling somebody that, I said, I could go out and buy a Rolls Royce cash if I wanted to, right? But that's something I would do.
Because a lot of billionaires, it was a billionaire on that submarine.
Yeah.
You think it's just due to just being white, or is it just I got so much money, I don't know what to do with it?
I think it's buddy and the friends that you wind up meeting. He's probably, you had a lot of money. This person introducing that person, they became friends. Then it led on to this years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, God bless them. It was crazy.
Yeah. Now, something that happened most recently that I think was kind of a big thing for everybody was this Montgomery brawl. Being someone of how was racism? Let's kind of line this up. How was racism for you as a young man? Did you experience it? Did you
I
see
never really
it?
experienced racism, but I know it's there. It's never gonna go away. I tell people all the time, racism will always be there. There's nothing you can do, but I always say you can respect the person though.
Yeah.
See, I ain't gotta like you, but let's respect each other.
Right.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
You gotta respect each other.
So you see the video? You saw the video when it dropped?
Talk about the baby and...
No, as far as, the Montgomery brawl. Seeing that play out.
Montgomery was my man, people get hit with the chair.
Yeah.
Again, out of all of that, the man that hit the woman in the head the most is gonna get the biggest case because that's attempted murder. He was clowning her ass with that chair.
You think, so a couple things. So one, we saw this group of white people challenge a black co-captain, he ended up being, with parking their boat.
Right.
He wanted them to move so they can move this big ass ferry with all these people so we can go on with our day. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to do that.
No.
They then proceed looks to be jumping him. A couple people got their blows and he was outnumbered. Now I think what happened for a lot of people's lens is that what we want to do at times, we want to check the situation and not be nice. Because sometimes I think we as black folks, we got to put on a face.
Right, explain.
Me explain about that.
Explain
if something disrespectful is happening and you're black and it's kind of out of pocket, but to save face and to not be N-word, and not act on that, you kind of might let it slide.
Right.
And I think this was a moment where we was like, we can't let this slide. Mm-hmm. Therefore, you had the young man jumping from the ferry, swimming.
Now, I've never seen, a lot of people have never thought about this. You know, he could have died swimming over there.
Easily because of just
you don't know what's in the water. You know what kind of.
He has shoes on too.
Yeah, and I bet he itching his ass off right now because of the bacteria in that water. I bet he's still scratched because he had a curl and all that. That was no clean water he was swimming in.
He was a young man too.
Yeah,
he was a teenager.
I would have ran around.
He would have waited for the boat to die.
Yeah, he swam across the water trying to impress people, but he could. A lot of people don't know that's how, when you do things like that, that's how people are dying. Because of impulse.
Yeah, with adrenaline too.
Right.
Because I've never attempted to swim with my shoes on.
I ain't swimming over there though.
Yeah. So he comes out and ends up now backing this gentleman up. Then the ferry finally docks. Mm-hmm. And then the crew comes out and then it's like, what's poppin'?
Yeah. And when you see young brothers skipping as they come in to fight, they about to whoop your ass.
That's them charging up.
Yeah, they do that skip.
A little side skip.
Yeah. Oh man, I said they about to get their ass whooped.
Now, at what point did you feel it got out of hand? Was it when the brothers like grabbed the chair and it was
Yeah, it was a nice ass whooping. Until he got the chair and boom, he ain't do it one time. He was boom, boom, boom. I said, oh, he trying to kill this motherfucker. Did they deserve it? Yes, but she didn't deserve to get hit that way.
I think that's where it kind of, but I'll say the but to this is that you kind of understood his frustration. Like I was saying, I think that was like built up over time, over years of had jobs, them overlooking you not getting the raise, little side comments, and he was like, it's green light season.
Yeah,
he just let it go. And it did kind of feel like, dang. When you saw it, it kind of cut. If you watch it, it's like, oh, okay. Right. We was riding with it, but I think a lot of people understand that frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you as a black man, what do you do in that situation? What if you were the co-captain?
I'm walking away. Yeah, that's because of my experiences. And the reason why I have my experience, I tell people this, I haven't told the story. It was a judge named Margaret out of New York City. Margaret put fear in my life, my man, because Margaret was not playing. And first thing she knows when I came to court is she saw my record. And first thing, she said she was an entertainer. So she was like, how the F did he get out anyway? That was her thing. Like how, like this with this kind of record? No. So she had it out for me, but then I outthought her, and I wound up winning the case. Yeah, I outthought her. It took everything I had in me, wore me out, but I got her.
So speaking of like cases, Jonathan Majors.
What did they for? Oh man, that hurt my feelings. Because I went to see Creed almost probably like 9 times. And it affected me because I put in my impulse into it, not thinking that the girl could be a liar.
Right, so you kind of was riding with a lot of us.
Not a lot, but enough to deteriorate me, to throw me from going to watch the movie again. Because I've seen it about 8 or 9 times before that happened. I thought that movie was that good.
Okay, I saw it too. It was all right for me.
Yeah, I'm a Rocky fan. I've been with Rocky since Rocky 1. So I was a Rocky fan, and to see that.
It's still messed up too.
But you don't hear about it that much no more. And I think it's because he pressed charges against her.
And allegedly, let me confirm this, I believe she is on the run, or she like cannot be found.
No, Google that. Let's see.
And I bring that up from a level of like, you have the theme of black men with white women.
Right.
And how it always, I mean, not always, but there's these incidents that occurs where the brother is villainized.
Right.
And the white woman gets her Karen on.
Right. Wow.
And then the other layer is now who he got on his arm was the black woman, Megan Good. So just dissecting that, like, have you ever decided, have you ever dated a white woman, and what was your internal thought about how you need to move?
I've dated a white woman, but not out in publicly. We dated in the bedroom with the door shut. That's how we dated. But to walk around People cruel, man. People cruel and they will hurt your feelings. And especially me supposed to be, I'm pro-black. You see that happen with me, it's a wrap. My fans will whoop my ass. Yes, they would. So, but if I ever did do it, she would have to be so damn fine that women and men would go, oh man, I see why he fucking with her.
I definitely used to say that with the sisters, because
Yeah,
I bet anyone.
I see why he fucking with her. She a bad white girl. Yeah. That's the only way I would do it.